for us to push and solidify a playoff spot.
And generally speaking, Chicago brings out the best in you guys for some reason. What is it?
I wish I had an answer to that. They're an exciting team. They have a lot of firepower over there. I think if anything, we got to limit their chances. It's an easy game to get up for. It's Saturday night against a good team, and a chance for us to get back on the horse here and continue to play well and build off what we did in Montreal. So, like I said, it's an easy game to get up for.
You talked about your struggles putting the puck in the net. How do you deal with that? Where do you go?
I mean, when your team's in a playoff spot, I think you're looking at the standings and you're excited. Obviously, if things weren't going well individually and as a team, it sucks. But you're winning hockey games and enjoying it. So, like I said, we have a good push here with I think it's 27 games left, and if you can get to start putting the puck a little bit more in the meaningful games here in the end that are going to, like I said, solidify us a playoff spot. I mean, that's what you want to do.
Never easy for a guy to sit in front of his teammates and have to sort of throw out an apology for something. I mean, I think you guys know it was out of his control, but Cam sort of felt he needed to do that. That can't be easy to do, I guess.
No, I mean, anytime. I mean, like I said, it's not his fault. Things happen and stuff like that. So Cam's obviously being a huge part of where we are today, and we know he'll be ready to go.
Have you ever had travel stress trying to get back? He talked about just pacing the airport, losing it.
Yeah, that's anybody's nightmare right there. So I haven't had a situation like that before, but I know there's been lots of cases around, and I mean, obviously, it's not fun. So good on him to get back, and like I said, he'll be ready to go. He's a professional.
For a guy who's been through many Februaries and March that have not maybe meant a lot in the standings, I wonder what it's like for you to come back, see where the team is in the standings, understanding that you really got a good shot here.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's exciting. You know what, like I said, I haven't been in a situation where we're playing for meaningful games here late into the season and pushing and trying to solidify that playoff spot. So it's great. I'm looking forward to it. These are going to be great games to play in, every one. They're going to be huge points. So, I mean, what a good way to start it off tonight, coming back from break here against the Hawks on Saturday night. It's going to be a good atmosphere and a good game.
Just a couple points to make Craig says.
Good to go, Blaine? Yeah. All right, Zach, coming out of the break, what's the focus trying to not do what you guys did coming out of the All-Star break where it ended up being a 1-3 record?
Yeah, well, we all know we have to be better in here. I think this break was a little longer time for us to reflect on our season thus far, and we realized what happened last break, and we don't want that to happen. And we're sitting at a good spot right now, but we want to keep improving and we want to stay there. So at the end of the day, this is where the games really start to matter, and this is where everyone needs to be their best.
What did that win in Montreal do for the group, in your mind?
Well, it sent us off a little more happy. If we would lose that, that'd be a little grumpy. But it just showed us we're a good team in here. A couple bad bounces, couldn't score goals, but we ended up to squeak one through. And we're going to need to shoot more. That's definitely something we've stressed here. Shoot more a little bit. The goals are going to be harder to come by, but we need to get more pucks at the net.
You've been through many stretch drives. You've been through the playoffs. What's this time of year like?
Well, it's fun, but I think with this team in this city, it's unique. I think they haven't seen playoff hockey. Some people in here haven't seen playoff hockey, so it's an exciting time to be Edmonton Oiler, and the city of Edmonton's excited. I think we can use that as fuel to our fire, and we need to bear down here. And like I said earlier, everyone needs to bring their best this last stretch.
Finally, does the hockey change at this time of year in your mind?
Well, I think it's more tight checking. I think it's not like the beginning of the year where you're going to get a bunch of chances. I think we got to stick within the system, stick with the team aspect, and don't push things. Wait for things to come. If you're not scoring, put the next line in the right position to do so. So I would just say it's a little more tight checking. Things are harder to come by.
Yes, sir.
original destination going into my connection, so I was going to make my connection back to Edmonton, and just kind of spiraled from there and just couldn't make it back on time.
That's got to be a tough feeling when you know. I mean, you obviously want to be back, and
Yeah.
want to be back, and things that are out of your control are just going downhill fast.
It's frustrating, especially when you're the only guy that doesn't make it back. It looks bad, and especially when you're a leader on the team. It's never a good feeling. So felt terrible about it yesterday. I had to apologize to the guys today, and hopefully they took it sincerely, and just want to get back to work now.
So, of all the guys that maybe could have used a break through this point in the season, do you feel like between the All-Star break and this break that, from a fatigue standpoint, are you as refreshed as you felt all year?
Yeah, I feel great. I mean, just taking some time off mentally more than anything. I mean, my body's been feeling pretty good all year, but sometimes it's more of a mental grind when you're playing that many games, and to take some time off and just spend it with the kids was really refreshing.
Pacing around the airport?
Oh yeah, I was just I went up to the counter about 4 or 5 times trying to figure out any way that I could get out of there and get on another flight back here, but there was just nothing that would get me back on time. I left it to the last minute. I should have been back Thursday night probably, and that's on me. Yeah.
Facing the Hawks tonight, the line of Kane and Isamov and Panarin really drive that team and work the puck around really well. As a goaltender, what do you try and guard against with those guys?
You just try to stay as patient as possible. I mean, those guys can move the puck around pretty quick. They snap it. So, I mean, if you're late to position, they got some guys that can really fire that puck, and they put it by you pretty quick if you're not there in time. So I just have to try and stay as patient as possible and make sure that I'm ready whenever the puck's on their stick.
You guys, that's kind of one of those tough things that can happen sometimes.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, travel like that. A little delay here and canceled flight and all that. So, next thing you know, you make some practice. So, it's a tough bounce, and but obviously he owned it up to his. It wasn't really his mistake or anything like that. Just he owned up to it and apologized, and that's the kind of guy he is.
You played in the World Cup, you played in the All-Star game. This was your first real break. How much did you take advantage of it, and what did you try to do to rest up for the second half?
Yeah, it was nice. Nice to have some time off, and just tried to shut out hockey and not think about it. Obviously, that's hard to do, but try to do it the best I can and just get away from it.
Did you think you needed the rest?
Yeah, I definitely could have used it. I think everyone at this point in the year could use rest, no matter who you are. So definitely happy to have a few days.
What do you expect tonight? Do you expect it'll take a while to kind of get that rust off and try and get up to speed?
I don't think that can happen. I mean, these guys are playing 3 and 4 back to back, so they're definitely feeling it. They've been playing some good hockey, and for us to kind of ease our way into it, I think we're going to find ourselves down a couple of goals. So we just got to figure out a way to overcome whatever hurt us last time coming out of the break. We just have to get on it early and
Connor, what are your thoughts or expectations on yourself for what's remaining in the season? When you look at the first half, do you feel like there's even another year for you, or are you? What do you sense is possible in this last bit?
I don't know. I think it just matters how the team's doing. Personally, just keep doing what I've been doing. I've been happy with how things have been going, but it's about the team here, and I think we have 27 games left and put ourselves in a good spot to make the playoffs here, and looking to pick up a couple wins and hopefully separate ourselves a little bit.
Slushy out there. Means it's getting warmer. Don't you normally go for a month vacation right now with 9 kids? Yeah. Do you really? Where are you going? Oh, you're going cold this time. Good for you. Did you? All-Star? You behave?
What's that?
You behave? Remember, the camera may be rolling.
We were okay.
Yeah.
We got back in one piece. Good, guys? Good? We were just talking to Cam, and he mentioned that, he had
felt the need to sort of apologize to his teammates. And it sounds like the travel issues weren't necessarily his fault, but always tough for a guy to show up late and have to apologize to his team.
It is. That's the type of person he is. There's nothing negligent about it. We don't control Mother Nature. We don't control pilots. We don't control schedules. And there's nothing he can do. In fact, he tried to solve the problem on his own by driving to another city to catch a flight and got delayed there too. So there's nothing he can do about it. He owned it. Teammates are fine with it. It's time to move on and play now.
Can you chat about Oscar Klefbom and having him for 55 games this year as opposed to only 30 last year, and the impact that he's had on your team?
Yeah, I think when you revert all the way back to the beginning of last year with the new staff coming in, we had to listen to others' opinions about Oscar, and they were very positive. We begin the year and he plays, and we're trying to get our feet wet with all the players, and all of a sudden he's gone and never returns. So the staff wasn't too sure exactly what they had in him. He returns this year, and he hasn't played for a long time, and he's trying to find his game again. I think he's finally found it. He's comfortable now. He's got a steady partner. His offense, his ability and want to shoot the puck is something we desperately need from the blue line, and he does a good job of that. I just think he's a young D-man that's still developing and hasn't reached the ceiling, hasn't pushed the envelope to the uppermost level yet, but that will come in time.
Coming back from a break like this, you're playing a team that played last night. I guess it's just a matter of kind of finding your way, feeling your way through the game tonight, or what do you expect tonight? Well,
I thought I had the answers last time we did it, so I lied to you then. I may be lying to you now. They're in a different situation. They're in a situation like we were in Montreal, where they're playing a lot of games and they're going home to a break. Our team responded well there. Our return to play after a break against Minnesota obviously is well documented. We weren't very sharp. We were playing against a top team. All those circumstances remain the same tonight. So I expect us to have a better effort. We adjusted our practice yesterday a little bit. We didn't go quite as long and as hard. So from a staff perspective, we adjusted some things. I expect the players to as well. Their approach to the game, their early play, if you will, their understanding of how hard it is to play. Want all of them to bring that to the rink tonight and then apply it. And yeah, we are going to be rusty. We're not going to be, we're not going to be at the top of our game, but we're going to try and work through the night to get there, and we'll need it to beat this team.
Todd, it seems clear that your best offensive look with McDavid and Draisaitl playing together, that's been pretty consistent for a while now. And even if they continue to produce, do you feel like you can keep loading up one line through the rest of the way here, or do you maybe have to think about splitting them up, even though they're finding success, just so that your overall team look is different?
No, we have to think about that. We thought and debated for a number of days over this break whether or not to shuffle things. But based on circumstances and the fact that our lines have played together for a fair amount, we're going to continue with that. That could change quickly tonight, but most of our offensive opportunities have come through Leon and Connor together. We expect Eberle and Nugent Hopkins and whoever plays with them to get it going a little bit, and then that'll take a bit of pressure off. Power play has to perform better. I think it's 1 for 13 in the last or since the All-Star break, so that has to perform better. But the one thing that, there's so much focus put on the lack of scoring from All-Star break to 5-day break. We went back and we looked at the production defensively. We go into Anaheim, we go into San Jose, Nashville, Carolina, Montreal, and we don't give up more than 2 goals. And, so some of those lines are clicking defensively. It's what we can get offensively from them as well. So double-edged sword.
About the challenge of facing Kane, Anisimov, and Panarin, who really drive that team tonight?
Well, they did last night against Winnipeg. They were obviously effective, but 3 tremendous players, one with size that goes to the net, one with vision and patience and extraordinary skill. And Panarin, you could throw in that boat too, but he can shoot the puck. It doesn't have to be in his wheelhouse. It can be from a terrible angle, and he finds a little hole in the net. So the three of them are dynamic. You throw a certain pair of D out there with them, and they make things happen. But if we just focus on one line, we'll be in trouble. They're a good team. They're deep. The last time they were in here, they were still a young team evolving. Their young players now are very effective, and we've got our hands full.
Kara and Nurse join regular practice now. Are they getting closer here?
They are getting closer. Today's not really regular practice. Regular is when we're actually battling, and they're not quite there yet. But to see them out with the team and participating in that environment's a positive thing for us. And with the month of February leading up to transition day, if you want to call it, or trade deadline day in the league, it would be nice to have everybody healthy and evaluate where your team is at before that day arrives. And hopefully we get those two back playing and contributing and being positive influences on the team before that arrives.
Brandon.
Hi, Matty.
How are you? Brandon.
You got a 6-day break, right? We missed you yesterday.
Yes, I was not here.
Good for you.
I didn't miss any planes.
No, you didn't.
Is Brandon Davidson back now to playing like he did last year, or is he still a little bit of ways?
Well, his 4 games after the All-Star break were pretty strong. So I think he's getting close. We've got to continue to run him a little bit here, and he looks more comfortable. His skating is more comfortable, a little more confident. So I would say he's definitely trending towards that. Hopefully this break didn't slow him down, because I thought he started to look like himself by the time we were playing in Montreal. See you tonight.